Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta.exchange. First, happy Deepavali to all my followers and hope next year is becoming a great year for trading as well as investing. On this occasion, we are happy to announce that we are planning to launch a online workshop for trading both in Indian markets and US markets. So this one is exclusively for NRIs, not for Indian residents, because I'll be talking 50% Indian markets and 50% US markets. And moreover, we will be taking our fees only in US dollars. We will not take money in Indian rupees. So this is good news for people who are trading in US markets. And however, if you're trading only in Indian markets as an NRI, still this workshop will be useful. And then since it is targeted at US market trading, people from different countries, it's very difficult to do offline workshop. So that's why we are planning online workshop. Now, coming back to our markets. So last week I told you the US markets is likely to be silent, but the Fed chairman comment so made the markets too volatile, and on Thursday the markets fell, but on Friday the markets gained more than what it lost on Thursday. So that shows that the underlying current is bullish. So on one day, I was bullish from Monday to Wednesday. Thursday, I changed my mind. But now I think now again, I have to change my mind on Friday. So that's why, if you are a trader, you don't be a bull, you don't be a bear, but you be a chameleon. So change between bull and bear as and when the markets require you to do so. Moreover, a very important thing, I've been talking to you for the last 2 weeks. Nifty becomes long when Nifty takes out 19,530 on the higher side. So that is because of a technical analysis which I am following. Now, GIF Nifty closed above 19,600. So that means Nifty future is around 19,600 plus. It means the spot may cross 19,530 today during the Muharat trading session. So if that happens, I will be becoming a bull again, not a bear. Right. So this technical analysis I do share in my workshop with all the participants, but this technical analysis is most of the time, at least 90-95% of the time. So it's working very well. So the good news for Deepavali is that markets may become long. And then, as I always say, I'm not a pure technical analyst, but we can say techno-fundamental analyst. I will try to combine both technicals as well as fundamentals. And give this example. Sometime in the beginning of September, the US market started correcting. And S&P 500, I think it has fallen about 6-7%. Percentage I have to work out exactly, but it went up to 4425. From there, it came to 4136. Now, after falling for a month, the entire loss has been recovered. In fact, now it is actually higher than that level. Nasdaq 100 started falling from 15,400 level. It went up to 14,200. Now it shot back. Now it's more than 15,400. Now it is trading around 15,600. I'm talking about the future, not the spot. So when US markets have recovered 100% and still marching higher, but we have not even recovered 50% of the fall from the beginning of September. So late August and beginning of September, Nifty was around 20,200. From 20,200, we came down to 18,850. So that's a very big fall of about 1,350 point. 1,350 point is again, it's roughly about 6%. But we have not recovered even 3% of what market fell, about 6%. So 50% retracement has also not happened. So when US markets recover 100%, why not Indian markets recover 100%? There is a possibility. So whether the market recovers 100% going to 20,200 or not, but at least this is not the time to be bearish. So one reason comparing, why I'm comparing US markets, but in the long term, we will align with the global markets. In short term, we may underperform or outperform, but in the long term, we need to align with the global markets. Because globally, if everything is good, markets has to be good. Globally, everything is bad, the market has to be bad. Leaving aside some local cues. So that is one argument. The second argument is that actually Indian markets are really very good. Look at the mid cap, look at the small cap, they're all doing extremely well. But the market has been compressed just because of huge underperformance by 4 or 5 large cap index heavyweights. And look at the stocks which I'm telling you, Reliance Industries, TCS, Infosys, HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank. So these 5 stocks have given almost zero return in last 3 years. 3 years, even if you put the money in bank FD, you would have got, like 18-20% return cumulatively. But these 5 large index heavyweight stocks have given 0% return. So because these large cap stocks have done hugely underperformance for so many years, as and when markets break out, market may move significantly higher. There's a second argument. And look at the third and most important argument. During the Lehman Brothers collapse, markets crashed by 50%, but the following year, it has given more than 100% return. And coronavirus time, Nifty fell 40%, but the following year, Nifty has given more than 100% return. But 2022, whether it's of Russia-Ukraine war, whether it's of US inflation going to 9%, so Nasdaq 100 fell 60% last year. So despite all those things, markets have not rebounded. What happened in 2009 after the Lehman Brothers collapse? What happened in 2021 after coronavirus? But nothing has happened in 2023 after the Russia-Ukraine war and the US inflation. But the things were as bad as those two incidences. So therefore, if not this year, at least next year, the market is expected to be very good. In fact, in one of my interview, I said, my target for this year was 21,000 in Nifty. So that was actually based on that study of Lehman Brothers collapse and coronavirus time. But that has not happened. So if that has not happened this year, it may happen next year. So why I'm talking all these things, sometimes if some trend sets in, so, market can move very, very high. Say if you, for example, if you see technically the first week of April, that's when the super trend technical analysis which I follow, it has shown long. And once it has shown long, and Nifty has given more than 2,500 point rally from April to August or September first week. So sometimes if the trend sets in, the markets can go anywhere. So if you are against the trend, that'll be very, very difficult for you to manage. And earlier, when I was not a very well experienced trader, so, I lost a lot of money, mainly because I did not understand the trend. So that's why now I move to the trend following system now. Okay, so having said all these things, US markets, though it was silent last week, but it can be violent this week. Why? There are two major issues. Number one is a consumer price inflation data. With the Fed chairman talking hawkishly, if the inflation data goes against, there may be a problem. And also the US government shutdown. So last time, I think towards the end of September, so US government shutdown was averted by extending the period by about 45 days, I think. I think that 45 days will be ending around November 15. So now, in the coming week, again, the talk of government shutdown, I think that started already. I started seeing the many articles in international magazines. They're talking about the US government shutdown. So that always create a lot of tension, a lot of uncertainty in US markets. So coming week is going to be a challenging week for US markets. And usually around Deepavali, we used to be very optimistic. And today we are optimistic. But only difference is that most of the time markets top out around Deepavali. Then after that, they go for some kind of a correction. But this time we hope that, things can go opposite. So other than that, we also have some consumer inflation data on Monday, but we don't react to the data as much as US markets are reacting for the data. So overall, it is time to be bullish. And of course, if you are taking my view and you are trading, and make sure that you have appropriate stop loss for you. So if you are an investor, you don't have to keep the stop loss. If you are a trader, you have to keep a stop loss, or you should know how to manage your positions. So we are starting Deepavali with some optimism. Hope that continues for the rest of the year. Hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for listening.